All right, so today what I want to do is I want to show you how to show and hide an object and then how to program that into a run and reset button. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to begin by creating a regular polygon, which will be, I'll put it from here to there, and that'll be a triangle. Then I'll do a square, that'll be from here to here, similar size. There we go. And this is just to illustrate the project that we've been working on recently. So I have these two. And so the first thing I want to do is I want to have a little kind of a check mark that's going to allow me to show and hide my object, show and hide this object. So to do that, I have to select this little checkbox here. Okay, so I'll select this. And the first thing I got to do is select the position of the checkbox. So I want the first checkbox to be here. And I'll say that this represents the triangle. Now, this is a pull-down menu, which gives me all the items that I have access to at this point in time. So I know that this is my triangle, so that's my first polygon. So that's polygon 1. And I also know that that's made up of points A, B, and C. So A, B, and C. Press OK, and I'm going to test it. So now here is my triangle. I click on it. Oh, this can't be around, so I gotta minimize this. There we go. Let me try it now. All right, perfect. Now I did it so that the outline would still show. Right, so I want the outline to still be there. It's going to make certain things obvious later. All right. So now let me just do the same thing for polygon 2. And keep in mind that in order for me to select my objects, I have to have an idea of what all the points and all the labels are, because it makes it easier to select. So I'll put the second one here in this corner, and I'll say that this represents the square. Now this is my second polygon, so polygon 2, and this picks up from D, E, F, and G. All right. I'm going to test it the same way, and perfect. It does the same thing. So what I want to do now is I want to create an action button called Run and Reset. But notice what I'm about to do. I'm going to say that I want this to be my Run button. And I'm just going to press OK. And I want this to be my Reset button. Sorry, let me click on the object. Reset. Now you may have noticed that I did not add any script to it, and that's because I want to plan out what I want my run button to do and what I want my reset button to do. So the way it works out is like this. Let me go to my arrow tool. So the way it's going to work out is that when I press run, I want my triangle to hide and the square to show up. When I press reset, I want the opposite to happen. I want the triangle to show up and the square to hide. So hopefully I said that correctly. So look at what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to my settings here. Let me do one more thing. I'm going to organize these things so that I can get a couple of things in order. So I have this here, this little layered section, and I'm going to break this apart into object types. So that's like a little extra settings that we haven't used in the past. So here we go, object type, and let me scroll up to see what it gives me. I have a title called Boolean value, point, and then look at what I can do. I can minimize everything. Polygons is its own section, segments is its own section, and I want to concentrate on the Boolean value. Boolean value is fancy language for making choices. When the object is true, the object shows. When I click on it, the object is false, then it disappears. So true shows up, false disappears. All right, so I'm going to keep that in mind. And this is the one for B. Notice how I can control it here or here. All right, so let me bring my settings back. Click on my settings icon. And I'm going to select my first action button. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, once I select it, I should have something called scripting at the end. So I'm going to select on that. And this is what I want. When I run this polygon should show and this one should hide. So that means, if I'm writing it down, that's going to say that A is false, meaning it's not going to be there. Press enter. But B should be true. Right, there we go. Now notice how both of these are like this. I press run. There we go. It did what it needed to. So now let's go back to the reset. The reset one, let me go to my settings. Click on reset. Now that one switches. In that one, A should be true, but B should be false. Because what I'm telling the program at this point in time is that I want the other section to appear while this section here disappears. All right, so let's see. All right, let me try it out. Reset, flips, run, reset. And it literally goes back and forth. Now, I don't want my, whoever's looking at my program, I don't want them accessing this ahead of time. So what I'll do is I'll just hide this and hide that. And let me test to see if it still works. All right, I'm still able to go back and forth in between the two. Now that's exactly what I want done. All right, so that's the program. You incorporate this into your project now. All right, hope it works out.